Hi, I am Tiffany. I survived cancer. I made cancer my bitch, and here's my story.
Okay, wake up, ma'am.
Oh,
ma'am,
sorry.
Can you wake up? Okay, there you go.
I started to zone.
Yeah, you were snoring. And if you didn't have on your mask, I think you would have been drooling too.
I'm glad it's cloth.
Right,
That's all I have to say.
It socked up the drool right there. So this is
Tiffany.
Hi, Tiffany. You came all the way from
Long Island.
Right. So tell us a brief history on how much of a stalker you have been, and how I didn't even know we spoke before, but talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Well, let's see. Stalking since 6 months into my lock journey. That was about a year and a half ago. I started 2 years ago. So I finally found this video, and I was like, oh my God, it's a beautiful person. She knows what she's doing. She knows how to do it. I go in, start watching the video. I pull out my phone, get ready to make the phone call, and she goes, but I don't take you until you're a year in. I'm like,
ah, crap.
Oh, crap. So, keep waiting, keep stalking, and finally, I finally got through. But yeah, it's been 2 years, and finally, I'm in the chair trying to stay awake.
Right, listening to 80s music, Michael Jackson.
Yes, Michael Jackson, trying not to dance at the same time.
And
stay away from
the...
Yeah, exactly. My fingers, toes are going, and everything else, but...
Jimmy doing his magic.
Yes.
Oh, we have a word for these washers now, just so you know, because you're new. Mm-hmm. It's called a washergasm.
I heard that
coining
before.
that word.
Oh, yes,
yeah,
you have
I'm
to.
so trademarking it.
You got to trademark it. Come on now.
I am. That's what...
Oh. This is really good. That's all I gotta say.
Are you kicking your left leg out?
Right? It's like, this is nice.
So guys, stay tuned. She has an amazing head of locks. We will talk about her lock journey. And I hope you don't mind if you talk about your other journey.
Yes.
Right, thank you. You can inspire people.
Yes.
She has an amazing journey. So stay tuned for the other part of this video. Stay tuned. Okay, so she is done. This queen is done with her amazing wash. Mm-hmm. She has a beautiful head of a little lint, which happens, right? That everybody gets lint. For all the people who want to know how to prevent lint, cover your hair at night. We all get lint. It's not because you have locks. It's blowing. It's on your towels. It's on your clothes. It's on your bed sheets. It's on your pillow. When you hug people, especially during the winter, wearing scarves, jackets, lint happens. It's not the end of the world. Okay, so deal with it, or just color your hair. If it's really bad, color your hair back in your color. You can't don't pick lint out or comb it out. You're going to break your locks down, right? If it's bad, you color your hair back in your color, and it's going to camouflage. That's the way you want to use camouflage the lint, all right? You could wash out buildup. You cannot wash out lint. Lint is entangled in your locks. If it's on the surface, like how you see that little speck, right? Do I see it? That a little speck right here, I could just do that, okay? So this is her hair, beautiful head of healthy hair. She did have a light bit of, what is this? Eczema, right. She has it on her hand. It's very mild. But what makes her story unique is she is a cancer survivor. And you don't mind talking about this more, because you're going to inspire one of my clients who is actually, she's kicking its ass right now.
Keep fighting.
Oh, she is a fighter. Right. And you are going to inspire her because you lost all your hair, everything.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So before we start your locks, how much hair did you have when you lost it?
About 6 inches, 6 or 7 inches. That was natural.
Right.
At that point, so I had a nice afro.
Mm-hmm.
And yep, all lost it within the first couple of weeks of chemo. After the first one. Yeah.
And I know everybody want to ask, what type of cancer were you diagnosed with?
I had breast cancer. Thankfully, I was estrogen positive, so they knew it was one of the better cancers.
If there's such a thing.
If there's such a thing, that's exactly what my doctor said. If there's such a thing, you got the better one. We know how to
fight it. Yes. Right. You could it's
cut off its food, essentially.
Right. Oh wow, right, which is estrogen.
Yep.
Right, okay. So stuff like tofu and soy and all of that
all
is
that
your enemy. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
So I would like you to talk more about this. I know people want to hear this. Somebody watching this video either just survived cancer friend or family being diagnosed, and you can tell them what was the stuff you do, and most importantly, how did you get your hair back? Because did it change texture?
Yes. Yes.
So your hair, the texture you have now is not what you had before cancer.
No, my hair is just as thick, but the curl is a little bit looser. My beautician, who my daughter goes to, I've been going to her for over 20 years now.
Right.
She actually said, you have the straightest, curliest hair I have ever seen.
And you think the chemo did that to you?
The chemo did it. It definitely changed the texture.
When did you notice your hair coming back?
About 2 to 3 weeks after my last chemo treatment, I started to see the growth, like a little bit of growth. And then I want to say probably like 6 months, I had enough hair to go without a hat.
Wow. So these locks are like how could I put this? To remember, like, I fought it.
Yes.
I lost my hair and I fought it. Do you have pictures of when your hair was?
I have pictures. Yeah, I have pictures from when I had the afro. I had the pictures when I cut when my hair fell out, and then I have, I think, a couple of pictures stages after I started.
Could you send it to me so I can add this?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Don't forget, as soon as you get it. So guys, stay tuned. I'm about to bless her. It's an amazing head of hair. I love when she's new, first time meeting me, and I love when these clients come. They have such inspirational stories. See, beautiful, beautiful, disrespectful new growth.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
All right, stay tuned, guys. Okay, we are back. So we are done with Tiff. Beautiful hair, nice and fluffy, no trimming up locks to cut off. She has that fuzzy hair. I have the same texture, very fuzzy. More and more people are learning to embrace their fuzziness. Back in the day, I used to say, embrace your new growth, but not just the new growth with your scalp, embrace the fuzziness in your locks. Because when you cut fuzzies, your locks become thinner and thinner and thinner, and I don't trim anything. So I told her to so you guys could see her beautiful face, take her mask off. I will social distance while she talks, so that way you guys can hear her story. Look how beautiful she looks. All right, Tip, I want you to talk very loud. Look, I dropped it to one side for you. You like yourself. Okay, so tell us, when were you diagnosed with cancer?
I was diagnosed in late June of 2016.
2016.
Yes.
What was, because you're doing this to inspire so many women right now. What was your thought process?
Well, first I freaked out. I cried a lot. And then I decided that I was not going to give in. I have 2 young girls at that point, and I was like, no, this is not happening. You're not going to beat me.
You're not right. What was it like? Because you're married. What was it for your husband dealing with that?
He was scared, but he's also the type, he's like, we're going to fight this. We're going to beat this, because he's like, you can't go anywhere. I can't live without you. Wow. So we decided that's it. It was like going to war. We started gathering the troops, and we started to get ready for what we have to fight.
Fight back. Okay, so what was chemo like? So if someone is watching this, what was chemo like the different stages of chemo?
So initially just the whole process is a little daunting. Well, for me, I only got 4 treatments once every 3 weeks, and it was some heavy duty medication.
Heavy duty, right?
It was heavy duty. And essentially my veins have never been the same. Really? So I have 4 veins essentially in my arms that are just not useful anymore.
Wow.
Thankfully, my doctor actually told me, she was like, weight train, and that'll help build up the veins. And that's what I did. So I did weight train. For a while there, was before COVID.
Right.
I was weight training all the time. But the first day, like, they give you boosters essentially. And I was able to, the next day I was fine. So I actually taught yoga during a process as well during my chemo treatment. I taught yoga, and I taught Saturday morning. So I would get my chemo treatments Friday afternoon. Saturday morning, I was fine. By Sunday, I was beginning to like go downhill.
Right.
And so Sunday and Monday, the first time, that Tuesday was just, you could have hit me with a truck and I'd have been like, oh, thank you. That felt so good.
Wow.
It was that bad. I was in bed. It was constant. It was just, I could not move. I was just so tired. you kind of hate to say it, I started getting used to it. By my fourth and final treatment, I think I had bounced back by Monday afternoon. I was kind of like bounced back, but I still, the chemo treatment that I was taking, it kills fast growing cells. So lost all my hair, lost my eyebrows, lost my eyelashes. Kind of funny, never thought about it, but losing my eyebrows and losing my eyelashes hurt me more than losing my hair.
Wow, really?
Because I knew my hair was going to grow back, but now I'm very expressive with my eyebrows, and so it's like I couldn't. Nobody could tell I was angry.
Surprised because you got no eyebrows. So well, it's like
I was angry. I was like, I am angry at you. It's like, now I know how people who get Botox who can't change their face. That's exactly how I felt. Oh my God, it was bad. It was bad. But you got through it.
You got through it.
Yep.
But what makes you amazing? What were you doing besides being a yoga instructor? Which we'll talk about that later because Yanni can barely touch her toes. Anywho. Besides being a yoga instructor, what were you doing?
Well, I was also going to get my master's. I was in the middle of my master's program and did not stop. I remember I only took off the summer. That summer was because I had surgery and obviously I couldn't do anything. But when I went back to school in the fall, I actually went to one of my professors and I told him, and he said, not a problem. He says, you sit away from everyone else. My wife had it too. He says, you do what you can, you show up when you can, and that's all you can do, and that's all I'll take from you. And thankfully, like I said, you gather the troops, you get your friends.
You had a nice support system.
I had a huge tribe. Yes,
I had a tribe. You had a tribe of people supporting you.
Yep.
Because they want you here for a long time.
Exactly.
You just spoke to one of my clients, Jessica, who you guys, if you're listening, I'm going to do her video. Jessica was with me before I even met Jimmy. In fact, she was doing double masters when I first met her. Jimmy and I went to the hospital to do her hair so she could have her twins. And early this year, she was diagnosed with cancer, and Jessica has lost all her hair. She showed you the pictures. So you guys just spoke for the first time.
Yep.
I called her like, you need to speak to this girl right now. About to become her mentor because she's going through it. What advice would you give anybody who is listening to this for a friend, or they just heard they were diagnosed, or they're worried? What advice would you give them?
Keep fighting. It's going to be in the past sooner than you think. When you're looking forward, it's like anything. Think of 2020. It was the worst things seemed to happen, but you actually can get through it. It's going to be in the past, and if you just keep fighting, you're going to get there. And sooner than you think, you're going to be looking at stuff from the past. You're going to be looking at hindsight, like, oh, you're stronger. You are stronger than you realize. You find that strength in you, and you have you gather your tribe around you. Everybody has to keep positive, and also know that it's okay. You're gonna have those bad days. You're gonna cry. I cried a lot. I'm actually tearing up thinking about the times I would sit in the closet trying to put on clothes, and it's like I looked like crap. It was funny. I'm gonna tell her. Showed a picture, and I looked like a 50-year-old woman. Yanni was like, "Who is that?"
I told like, "Who grandmother is that?" She looks. Oh my God! The picture when you lost your hair, like it aged you.
It aged me. Like I had no color. It was chemo beat me with a bat. But I feel like Rocky. I am gonna get up. I don't really care. I'm gonna fight, and you just come back. But it's just I remember those days. It was. Even sometimes now getting ready to go to my doctor's, like every little thing, and know this, every little thing that happens to you, you're going to be like, is that the cancer coming back?
Wow. Yeah.
No.
You become like a hypochondriac.
Yes. No, it's just probably something you ate that gave you gas. It's fine. It's fine. You're going to get through it. You're going to get through it.
Right. But another thing, and I know people want to know what, if you don't mind me asking, your boobs, your breast.
Yes.
What you lost boob breast.
Yes. So essentially, the one I essentially got rid of 2 breasts that were trying to kill me, and I got a tummy tuck in the process. So I got a double mastectomy, and I did a tummy tuck. So they took the fat they call it the flap, literally. They took the fat from my belly and brought it up to my breast. I was in surgery for 11 hours, and I want to say that was probably the scariest thing for my husband.
Right.
He didn't leave the hospital. He stayed there all day, and I just never forget his face when he walked into the recovery, and he just had this. That was the first time I saw terror on his face. He's a beautiful man. Do not tell him I said that, because I will never be able to live with him after that. He was scared. He was scared.
Right.
And then once he saw me, and of course, once I asked for, the first thing I asked for was my tiramisu, if they can get that. So,
right.
And Yanni's told me that I have to cut back on sugar.
Yes.
I'm a dessert whore, so I'm just telling you that now. So this is gonna be difficult. We're gonna work it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna work it out.
You will go to therapy.
Yes.
You are a true. We just met, and I love what I do for a living because that's what I told you. I'm blessed with so many clients I meet. And if you were meant to sit in my chair, you are going to sit in it because each one of you, you're going to inspire me in some way. Who would think you fought cancer? And I have a client who's fighting cancer. And my mother is her mentor all the way in Trinidad. We all there for, and you're part of, become part of her tribe too.
Yep.
And you agreed to this video. I thank you so much. When we start the podcast, I definitely want to invite you and your husband as guests. Because I want, it's a couple. Because even though you fought the cancer, you both, I kind of like had the cancer. He's seeing his wife suffering, and you're hoping I don't have to say goodbye to this woman.
Yep.
You understand? So I would like you both as a guest on my podcast. I have quite a few guests coming on for that once I start this up. To deal with this house.
Just warning, he's a ham, so he loves the camera.
Oh, good. That's what I want to hear.
You're never gonna get him to shut up.
Okay, I'm glad once he's not shy. Please, I talk a lot too, so please, I love him already.
You're gonna be there forever. Just letting you know. Just warning you now.
Oh, he coming.
I'm bringing my food and maybe a pillow and a blanket because they're gonna be there for a minute.
So guys, this is some beautiful locks. If you are dealing with cancer or you're surviving, you're fighting, and it has affected your hair. What I was, if you don't mind me putting my 2 cents, as she said, don't worry about it. It does grow back. It's just here. I need you guys to focus on your health. And she spoke about that too. Even though she is a sugar buff, but she said, Yanni, I ate properly. I changed a lot of stuff in my diet. Yep. Your health, because health is well. So focus on that. Take your mind off the hair. It would grow back. It's just here. It's not like your teeth when they fall out, they don't grow back. Right. Nobody have a third set of teeth. No. Right? Unless you are the anomaly.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, that'll happen.
That'll look a little strange.
Yeah, that'll look a little strange. Right. So a beautiful hair came back. And feel free to tag others in this video. I am going to leave comments, please. And feel free to answer them if people have questions for you, if you don't mind. So every now and then go back on YouTube. She's going to be answering the comments relating to her kicking cancer's ass and making cancer a bitch. Yep. That's some bad assery. That's some kick assery. That's some bad shit. And I'm here for that. Okay? Guys, thanks for watching. Please feel free to share this video.